Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to Cardi Made It. So in today's video, I will be showing you how I make my very own welcome sign for my wedding. So as you know, it's wedding season, so I thought it was this is a good time to drop this type of video. So we're gonna start in Design Space, and so I just wanted to show y'all what the finished product will look like, and let me show you how I got to here. Okay, so the very first thing you want to do is add your text. So what I'm wanting my sign to say, the very first line I will type out is welcome. And I want this all lowercase due to the font choice that I'm choosing. So I want all that lowercase. And then the next line will be to the wedding of, and I want that all caps, because that will be a different font and this will be much smaller than the first word. I'll move that. The next line I'm going to add will be our names, and I want just my first letter of my name capitalized and the first letter of his name capitalized. Move that under here, and then the last line will be the date of the wedding, and that'll be in all caps as well. And we're gonna move that under here. All right, so this is my text. Some people like the little text tails, the little flourishes that's on the side. I decided not to do that, one, because the font that I found with it didn't look right. It was too thick, and then adding it myself, it was just picking fonts is the hardest thing for me to do ever. So it was just too much work and too much thought to pick a font and to actually find a font that had the little text tails. So after looking for an hour or so, I decided on this font right here. It is Luisha. It's Luisha, and it is from thefont.com. I have several videos on how to download fonts from the font, so definitely I will link those in the description box. But yeah, this is the font that I decided to choose for our cursive letters. So I've already downloaded it onto my computer. So I'll just go up here so that I can change the font to Luisha. So wedding will be in Luisha and our names will be in Luisha. Now to the wedding of and the actual date, I'm gonna do Times New Roman. It's real simple and I like simplicity. All right, so now you have all your words typed out. Now it's all about sizing and placement. All right, so I know I want welcome really big, really big, and then to the wedding can be on the smaller side. And then I want our names to be really big, just like, well, not really big, but just as big, just as long. But yeah, just basically play around with sizing until you come up with what you want with. And this is eventually what I came up with. So the next thing I would do is add a shape, kind of like creating a mock-up. So my acrylic sheet is 20 by 32. So what I would do is unlock this square and make the width 30. What is it? 30 by 20? What is, let me go. I think it's 20 by 30. So of the square, I would make my width 30 and my height 20. And then zoom out a little bit. And change the color to white. And I'm going to change the color of my words to gold just to get a visualization. What is gold? About right there, somewhere around here. All right, so you have your kind of your mock-up of your acrylic sheet, and then you have your words. So what you would do is bring this to the front, and then just hover it over it and see if you like that size. So you could actually make this bigger or smaller, and you could bring the words closer together if you want to. It's really up to you. I think this is really cute. So yeah, once you find the proper sizing for you, the proper placement, then you could go ahead and cut. See, so my design measures at 21 by 14, which is too wide, not too wide, it's too tall, I'll say. Because you know the biggest you can cut with your Cricut is 12 by 24. I'm going to actually have to probably cut my date off and add it later. But yeah, let's see what we can come up with. So in just sitting here, I decided that I want to cut the welcome to the wedding of together and cut these separately from, either I'm going to cut this, the name and the date separately from the welcoming to the wedding of, or maybe I just cut these three together and add the welcome on. Dang, it sucks. I'm like 2 inches. I'm just 2 inches from being too big. Well, since I have plenty of vinyl, what I'm going to try to do first, I'm going to cut these 3 together. I'm going to group these and I attach 2 just cause, and then this is by itself. So let's make it. So here it is. Don't have to mirror anything because this is adhesive vinyl. Alright, so I ran out of memory on my last mirror card, but I am back, and right now I'm just lining up the welcome piece to the rest of the piece because I'm going to lay my transfer tape on top so we can transfer it onto the acrylic sheet. Alright, so I just been playing around with it, trying to get it as close to centered as possible, and yeah, I think this looks good. I hope it looks good. It looks good to me. And yeah, so the next thing I would do is, this is my transfer tape and I've had it forever, but if you have like a shorter roll, that's okay too. You can just piece it together, it's fine. I like that I can just, you know, roll off a nice chunk if I feel it. So a good trick to doing a transfer tape is you don't put it sticky side down. Put it sticky side up, and then roll it out however much you need, and you can cut wherever my scissors are. So I roll off a nice little chunk. This table cloth is very much in the way. Alright, so this is definitely enough. A little bit too much, but it's okay. And then you just cut. It's kind of like big wrap paper. You can just slide it up like that. Alright, it's not even, but it's okay. Alright, so all I'm gonna do, let me see. I'm gonna do I could probably transfer this without so what I'll probably do is, yeah, okay. So what I'm gonna do is make sure this is straight. Okay, I think it's good to go. So I'm just gonna actually lay this right here on top, and then just take my hands and smooth it over. And I know this part is kind of, you know, left out, but it's no big deal because these are welded together. You know, it would all come up one piece. But just to be on the safe side, I am gonna put some transfer tape up there as well. And I actually didn't need to do a whole sheet again, but I'm just going to because I never get to use this stuff anyway. I barely make projects with adhesive. Okay. And then just put it up here, like so. I did all that in part of the e-belt though, but that's okay. It's all good, it's all good. So the next step is to make sure that the transfer tape adheres to the vinyl so that it can pick it up. I have a tool that I use and I can't find it, which is crazy because I never used tools, but it's okay. We make do with what we have. So I have like a card. So I'm just gonna go over like this and take. Now you might have to put a little elbow grease to it, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And once you can kind of pick it up, lift it up like that, don't take it all the way off though. I'm not taking it all the way off. I'm just making sure that the tape is stuck to, that the vinyl is stuck to the tape. Alright, so move that off to the side. Let's bring back our sheet. Alright, so now that I have it all able to be picked up as one piece, I am going to cut the excess from around the perimeter, just for easier handling, and so that it don't pick up, you know, any debris. Alright, so I tried to mark off, but that didn't work. That was just a very unsuccessful attempt of me trying to do something. What I'm going to do is take some parchment paper. Take a sheet of parchment paper, just as wide as my design. And I'm going to take the vinyl off the backing. Now, the vinyl is not going to stick to the parchment paper. So that way you can kind of move it around where you want it to go. And this gives me a actual opportunity to kind of like straighten up. Alright, so once you have it where you think it's good, you just pull back some. Place it like that. And then you lift up on the side so you can pick up and hope for the best. Alright. So I have it where I think it's good. So the next thing you're going to do is just rub, rub, rub. And since you put alcohol down, it's supposed to, you know, help it seal, not seal, help it stick better. Then you kind of pull up and see what you have. Do not snatch this up. Do not. Be gentle. That's why it's so important. You have to pay attention. You cannot snatch this up by any means. My tea was coming up. Alright, so since we have it laid down, I'm just going to take my alcohol and paper towel and just wipe away my useless marker marks. Because they were pointless, but I think we got it pretty close centered. I do have quite a few bubbles, and you know bubbles are not going to bother me that much. If you're like selling these, you know, for profit, then sure, try to get all the bubbles out. But me, not a big deal at all. Alright, so you'll flip your acrylic sheet over. I have my paint. I'm just going to put it in this container. Put it on this container that I don't really use. Alright, so this is acrylic. It's by it's just a big flat brush and some paint. So here you just see me painting to cover up my design. I have seen some wedding signs where they cover up the whole back, but that's not the look that I was going for. So all you see me doing is just painting in like a diagonal fashion just to cover up my design.